Hey there everyone, I'm going to try something a little bit new today. I don't have any family members to play Phasmophobia with me, so my kids got me into this cute little game called Webfishing. So I'm going to stay offline solo. I've heard there are some strange things that can happen when you make public lobbies. So I'm just going to go ahead and stay solo, and I'm only going to be playing for probably about a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, and see if I can get maybe another level or so. I'm currently at level 20 something. I don't remember at this moment. I do know when I first downloaded this game, yeah, I played quite a bit. So I'm going to see what quests I can claim rewards for. I am on another tier of catching high tier fish, and I caught another whale, so I can go ahead and claim that. And let's see, I think I have most of... I don't know if you guys have ever played this game or seen this game. My daughter says it is basically a game that originated from another game. Trying to think of what it came from. Animal Crossing. That's right. It's like Animal Crossing. I guess there was a fishing portion of that game, and she loved that part of the game, and I guess a developer took that and ran with it and just made this. Oh, as you can see over there in the water, there is a little circle. When you find one of these little circles in the water, you can actually throw your fishing rod into there, and you try and get as close to that circle as possible, and you should be able to catch whatever special fish is right there. This game is pretty easy once you've gotten used to it. You just have to hit the mouse a lot of times. When you have your first fishing rod, it takes a lot more clicks because it only clicks one for every click on the mouse. I think mine is currently up to about 35. It counts as 35 clicks for every one click that I do, so it's considered a stronger fishing rod. And there are a lot of fish on this game. I'm not going to try and tell you all the different kinds, but this one is a moon eye. Okay, I'm going to look around. I don't see any more. Oh, there's another circle in the water right there, as you can see. So we're going to try and catch the fish that's right there. If I can get my person to go correctly. Oh, I got that one almost perfect. So as you can see, this is a 4-star. And you see those numbers. I have to click until those numbers go down to 0. And then that catches whatever fish. Okay, so 4 stars is radiant, and this one is a small frog. And sometimes you can get a coin bag as well. So, that's pretty cool that I found 2 circles on the one bridge. I'll look around, see if I see any more over here in this lake or in this river. On this game, there are 2 different types of bodies of water. You get fresh water, which are these rivers, and all of these little lakes over here. And then, of course, over in the distance, you can see the ocean, and that's where you'll get saltwater fish. And there's a whole bunch of different ways you can catch these things. Oh, there is another circle, but it disappeared on me, so I missed that one. There are different achievements. You can fish in the rain. You can fish in salt water and fresh water, of course. There are some golden fish in all of the different bodies of water. Occasionally, a meteor will come down and fall in one of the lakes or in the ocean, and you catch a UFO fish. It's interesting. I consider this my just want to de-stress game. I don't have to think. I don't have to basically do anything. Okay, here you go. This is one of the treasure chests. You can catch treasure chests every once in a while. Then you'll go to your backpack. It shows I currently have 2 treasure chests. I'll go ahead and open them so you can see what they look like or what they have in them. The first one says it has a yellow t-shirt. And the second one has a trans title unlocked, which I think I unlocked that yesterday, so it must not have saved it. These are some of the things you can find in your backpack. I do have a metal detector. You can actually go around the whole map with the metal detector and you find little pieces of things. And then after you've gotten so many of them, you can build something. Fishing rods. You can get different types of fishing rods. I only have the simple fishing rod right now, but mine is stronger than normal because I got enough money and enough levels to go ahead and strengthen it. There are catcher colas that you get in one of the vending machines, and that gives you some special abilities for a very short amount of time. Most of them are only about 5 minutes long. And I'm not putting these out right now, but you can have a freshwater and a saltwater fishing buddy. You put those next to you when you're going to be sitting in one place for a while, and those pails will actually catch fish for you. Like I said, this is a very simple, very cute little game. You can change your character. This is actually, I think, the 3rd or 4th design of my character. I've changed his colors. I've changed his clothes. He's had different glasses. He's had different eyes. I've had a different smile before. You just have fun with it and you change it around every once in a while. Some of the other parts of this game are, of course, these piles are where you sell your fish and you get bait. You hit E to talk. I used a couple squids, so I'm going to go ahead and refill those. They're not too expensive. When you first start the game, you start out with only worms, and you have to build up over levels and getting money. You can get crickets, leeches, minnows. I currently have up to the squid level. I believe there's 1, possibly 2 more after this, but I have not gotten to those yet. And as you can see, it lists all of the fish that I have caught the last couple games that I've played. I haven't sold them all in a while. This is the golden one. There are special ones that are golden. The manta ray and a bass. So there's 1 saltwater and 1 freshwater that are golden. It gets you a special title, which I actually have on my person right now. The title only for people who caught the super duper rare golden bass, which I think that is pretty darn funny. But anyway, you can go and you just click on these and that sells them. 1 stars are shining. Then there's 3 stars are opulent. And I'll show you the different ones that I might have. I don't know what tiers of fish that I have right now. Glistening is a 2-star. Shining is a 1-star. Radiant is a 4-star. I don't know that I have any 3 stars right now. I do not have any 3 stars right now, so I don't really know what those are called. And I just unfortunately sold 2 things that I was not supposed to sell, so yeah, you do have some issues when it comes to selling the things on this game, because it doesn't have a very good way to see what you're clicking on before you click it, and if you just get clicking very fast, then you click things you don't want to click. So I want to go up here. Those blue mushrooms let you jump, and hidden around the map in certain places are piles that have those spectral bones in them, which is what I am going to go and see if I can find. The one I had found already, but I unfortunately just sold. So I'm going to go see if I can get one of those back again. Basically what happens is if you get, I think it's 5 of those spectral bones, you can get a special kind of fishing rod, which is kind of interesting. My son does have that fishing rod already. I have not gotten it yet. So as you can see, you can find these piles of dirt. They have these blue lights coming out of it, and it says you can collect it. And there I found the spectral rib, which is what I lost when I just sold it. So you can go around, luckily you can just go to those piles again and you can collect the same bones which you have already collected. And currently I'm going to show you one of the most fun parts of this game. Whoops! If you fall, you just hit the space bar and that makes you stand up. Now, this is a rated E for everyone, but I know sometimes in these games you're not allowed to do any kind of gambling of any type if you're under a certain age. I don't think that that applies here, but it might. It would depend on your account, I guess. But in this little seaside cabin, the dock shop they call it, they have scratch-off tickets, and I buy these all the time because they are just kind of fun. I don't win very often, but, you know, when you have enough money, there were times that I didn't have enough money to get any of those tickets because I was too busy trying to get different levels, and like these buckets cost money, and how many fish they catch costs money, and the metal detector costs money. Plus you have to get permissions from the campground in the shop when you first spawn in. I'll go over and I'll show you that real quick after I do these scratch-offs, just because they're fun. So you just get scratch-offs in your hand. And let's see, it would be really nice if on stream I actually won something. Well, there we go. Considering it was a $350 ticket and I won $250, I guess that's still something. And I have one more of that type, so I'm just going to scratch that one off. And again, well, I'm doing better than I did yesterday on this game because I really lost a lot of money on these. This one is the second tier ticket. I believe these are $75 a piece. And yay! Me streaming is giving me some good luck on the tickets, so that's wonderful. I'll actually maybe... Nope! Not all of them. And these I think are $25. So these are the real inexpensive ones. You can't win very much, but like I said, I just think it's fun to go over to the dock shop and buy some scratch-off tickets every once in a while. I love how your character frowns when you don't win anything. It's so funny. I don't quite understand why the character sticks their tongue out when you win something, but I do think it's funny that they frown when you don't. Well, there he goes. He's going to frown again. Okay, let me go ahead and I'll hit this and I will return to our spawn point and I'll show you some things about the opening part of the game. You just hit resume after you've gone back to your spawn point. Now here is the hub, they call it. And you just enter the hub. Now this has one of the sellers and the bait mounds in here that you can just use. Those are all over the map, so you don't really have to use the one here in the hub. There is a frog here that you want to talk to. Okay, here is what I was telling you about, the camp tiers. I am actually already maxed out on the camp tiers. I'm at camp tier 4. Those actually do take a lot of funds, and that's why I was very low on money in the game for quite some time, is you had to pay for each level that you increased in the camp tier. So I am currently maxed out at that, and that unlocks the baits that you can get, the lures, and all the items. Here are bait licenses. I have everything except for Nautilus's. So since my cash is actually high enough to go ahead and get that, I will go ahead and purchase that. And that will give me the last kind of bait. Now there's upgrades to your rod. I am at a rod power 5. I was telling you how when I click, I get 35 for every click. If I would increase that, it would go up to 50, but I do not have enough funds for that now. I can increase the speed of my rod if I wanted to for 5,000. I could get an increased chance of catching fish. I can increase my luck, or I could get a tackle box upgrade, which increases that I can hold 20 baits to 25 at a time. These are all just different types of lures, and you can look through those if you ever decide to play this game. They're all pretty self-explanatory. Some of them are lucky, some of them are quick, some of them allow you to get higher tier fish. Here are all the rods that you can get, and yeah, most of these I cannot afford at the moment. These are those fishing buddies that I was telling you about, and it tells you that you can catch fish when you put those rods down. A portable bait station, those are all over the place. It's kind of silly to get one of those. Some people, I guess, if they don't want to move at all and they want to just use it where they're standing at any given time, would buy that. I just wander around and find one of those mounds to get bait. And this little rat dude, if you want to talk to him, he is the one that sells you clothes. You can get all different kinds of clothes, different colors, different styles. You can also get these in those treasure chests, which you get when you are fishing sometimes. You can get different bobbers. These are those titles that you see below your name. You can actually buy those if you want to. There's chalk that you can use. I guess there are. I was watching my kids yesterday when we were all playing together. They had chalk pieces and they were drawing on the ground just outside this hub area. And you can purchase instruments. I'm not quite sure where. Oh, here they are. boxing gloves. Yes. Those are really, really annoying, but if you're playing with your kids or if your kids are playing together on this game, it is kind of funny if they have boxing gloves. If you put a boxing glove on your hand, you can actually punch another player out into the water, and that makes them respawn. They can't catch fish at the moment. Okay, look at that. We just got a what was that? What was that means a meteor fell in the water somewhere. The only problem is you have no idea where. So the meteor only stays around for about a minute. So you have to run around and hopefully see it, but it does not often show itself all that quickly. So if you're not standing right where, oh, but I see it. It's down on the beach right over here. As you can see, there is the meteor in the water right there. You just have to make sure you click on that. It doesn't matter the bait. And you catch whatever was at that meteor site. As you can see, the numbers are very high here. So if you are on a very weak, and I did not catch it because that last number was just too high even for my rod. I just didn't click fast enough. So I lost that meteor because I just didn't click fast enough. Oh, that's a bummer. That probably would have been a good UFO fish. But the fact that I found it was actually quite good, because then you see what it looks like. That are, whenever in your chat it shows up what was that, that means one of those meteors fell somewhere, and you just have to go running around looking for it, hopefully find it. I did look it up the other day, and it said that those meteors stick around for about 1 minute. 1 to 2 minutes, it said. So you don't have much time to find them. I'm going to catch just a few fish out here in the ocean, and then I'm going to probably sign off for the day. Today's stream's going to be kind of on the short side. It's late. I had a lot going on today, so it was just a little bit crazy. And I didn't want to get into phasmophobia because that's just a little bit too much for an evening stream. Figured I'd just relax a little bit, do a little bit of fishing, do another different game on my stream today. And there is a 3. 3 stars are opulent. And you can see every time you get a fish, it ups your rank up at the top. You get points towards your rank. It's similar to every other game. You get so many points for the different tiers of fish, the different stars of fish, and the sizes, of course. If it's a bigger size, you get a little bit more points. And when you've gotten so many points, that's when you go up and you get different titles. Unfortunately, sometimes the fish do not want to bite. And you stand here for what seems like forever, trying to catch something. I'm going to pull this in and I'm going to show you the catching buddies real quick before I sign out. Yep, that one just did not want to catch at all. This is my saltwater fishing buddy. It's basically just a bucket You go up onto the beach, and I'm going to place it right there. Now here's my freshwater buddy. You pull it out, and you place it over there on the beach. Now you go back to your fishing rod. You can go back to the ocean, and you go fishing, and while you're fishing, those buckets are also fishing. And I'll maybe stick around long enough for one of them to catch something so I can show you how those work. The ocean sounds and the music on this game are pretty soothing most of the time. I've noticed they've added a couple different new songs. Don't like quite as much as I did at the very beginning, but the ocean sounds themselves are just wonderful. It does. It sounds just like you're at the ocean or at a beach and you're hearing the waves coming in on. Well, it's taking my buddies quite a long time to catch anything. Doesn't normally take them this long, but this is one of those fish, and when you catch a whale, it's even more funny. You just see how big this fish is, and then it just disappears into this little pocket in your jacket, and you just wonder, where in the world did that fish go? It's kind of hilarious. Over near where the hub is, there is also an aquarium. You can save one of your favorite fish in there. Unfortunately, you can only put one fish in there. You can't put more than one. But needless to say, the aquarium is not that big, and if you try putting a large fish or a shark or anything like that in there, it just doesn't fit. Okay, one of my buddies has caught something. Both of my buddies have caught something, so I'll catch this fish, and then I will show you how that is with the buddies, and then I will probably log off for today. Oh, this one I always think is hilarious. I caught a man of war, and the little comment under it is, okay, you should probably not be holding this. And I agree, those things are not very pleasant. So you go up to your bucket and you hit E, which is always the interact. And my freshwater, I caught a small shining crappie. The little sayings underneath all of these fish are always hilarious. And this one I caught a large tuna. So I am going to hit the escape button. I'm going to return to the spawn point. The only other things I'm going to show you today is I'll give you a little bit of a quick tour of here. Of course, there's the hub. Here is our vending machine. You can buy all of those drinks that I was showing you in the backpack here. It gives you extra bonus sprinting speed. It gives you you can bounce These are catcher's colas, and it gives you extra catching strength and such like that. I have found these drinks do not work very well. And they only last for 5 minutes, so I mean, they're okay. You can use them. It's nothing that is going to hurt you if you spend a few dollars. These blue mushrooms, when you hit them, you jump. So this blue mushroom would send me up on this plateau over here. Here's the aquarium. I do not currently have a fish in the aquarium, but this is your tank. You can go to the tank and you can just add a fish if you want to. I'm not going to add a fish currently. And the last thing I'm going to show you, I did show you briefly earlier, is the board over here. I currently evidently finished one of the quests on the quest board because it has an exclamation point above it. You hit E again, I caught a frog. So that means I can claim that reward for catching it. And that's all I'm going to do for today. I hope you had fun watching web fishing. Again, not as exciting or...
You got to update your stream info. It still says you're playing Phasmophobia.
I changed it.
I got the notification. It said you were playing Phasmophobia.
I guess it's saying that I'm playing Phasmophobia, so I'll have to go on Twitch and change that so that I can change my title, but I am definitely not playing Phasmophobia. I am playing web fishing. And I'm not playing web fishing anymore because I'm going to sign off for tonight. It's been a long day. I had a little bit of fun playing with the fish. I hope you had a fun time, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow and play some more Phasmophobia. Have a great night.